Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about GTA 6 and the Super Bowl, two subjects I never thought would go together. The end of the season American Football Championship, and the highly anticipated next edition of the Grand Theft Auto series that is yet to be announced by Rockstar. And again, you guys are probably wondering how these two are connected. I got hundreds of messages on my Facebook page, on Twitter, telling me to check out something with the Super Bowl coverage. And in case you guys don't follow sports or American sports, I'm sure you guys do, but for the small percentage out there that doesn't, the Super Bowl is the National Football League championship at the end of the season. It's probably the biggest sporting event in the world, minus a couple of other events like the World Cup and maybe the Olympics and stuff like that. But people from all over the world watch the Super Bowl. It's home to like a lot of funny commercials where millions of dollars are spent on marketing and advertisement. A lot of parties happen. It's just a fun event that happens every February. And I started to notice that a lot of the stations covering the Super Bowl, all of them had this strange GTA Vice City vibe to them. And this is something that you guys have probably noticed as well. So here's a handful of photos that I started to see. Like, this is coming from the BBC. You guys can see one of the teams that was playing in the Super Bowl was the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at this font right here. It's in this Vice City style font with the Vice City almost pastel pink. So that's kind of interesting. As you guys can see here, another graphic shows Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. Those were the two teams that were playing in the Super Bowl. And then it says Super Bowl 54, LIV. So that's pretty cool. And you guys can see there that it's almost the exact same style as the GTA Vice City logo and also the GTA Vice City like 10-year anniversary edition with like that cyan triangle and then the, again, pastel pink font for Super Bowl 54. And we'll talk about the specifics in a little bit, but you guys can see here that the San Francisco 49ers sort of got their own screen as well. San Francisco 49ers in the pastel pink. In case you guys are wondering, that is the price down font. Now, we'll talk about why that is specific and important in a little bit. It's also the GTA font, as you guys have probably noticed. So that's kind of cool. And that's just the first example of that happening. During the Super Bowl itself, as the game was starting, one of the American broadcast stations, Fox, actually put this graphic on the screen. And you guys can see there that it says Super Bowl 54 in Miami. And it's basically the same style cover art as a Grand Theft Auto game. Except instead of showing Grand Theft Auto characters, it shows players and coaches from the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers, the Lombardi Trophy, which is the Super Bowl trophy, and the city of Miami in the background as well. And that literally looks like the exact carbon copy of the GTA Vice City cover. And in case that wasn't enough, one of the pre-game shows for the Super Bowl actually had a very specific Vice City style. Take a look at this right here.
The countdown to kickoff is underway, and Fox is bringing out the heavyweights to get you ready. Gronk Beach brings the party to Miami. Special musical performances by Pitbull and Dan and Shay. A-Rod takes us inside J-Lo and Shakira's halftime show like no one else can. We'll get to know the 49ers defense, Patrick Mahomes, Jimmy G, and Andy Reid. Plus, tight ends, and you guessed it, tight ends. NFL 100 exclusives. Rod Riggle parties with some unexpected guests. And Cooper Manning has a season finale you won't want to miss. No one knows more about Super Sunday than our Fox NFL team, and we have 16 rings to prove it. So sit back and enjoy as our countdown to Super Bowl 54 continues.
So a couple of things I noticed, they're using the exact same style mini-map, which you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, except it has two logos on it. One is the San Francisco 49ers logo. The other is the Kansas City Chiefs. And in the top right-hand corner, you could see the time is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is when the Super Bowl started. The money they have is 54, which is the Super Bowl 54. There's a heart with XLV, or XIV for, again, 54. And you guys can see that the stars were increasing as the little promo went on. from 0 stars to 6 stars at the end. And where the weapon is supposed to be, that is actually the Lombardi Trophy. So how about that? Like, literally, they were doing like a full-blown Vice City cover or parody here. So right off the bat, from the minimap to the HUD to the cover art that they used to the font that they used as well, almost all of them involve elements from GTA Vice City. And a lot of people started to say, what is going on here? Is this Rockstar Games hinting that GTA 6 is going to take place in Miami, which, as we know, is fictional Vice City, or was something going to be announced during the Super Bowl? We know that Rockstar has a huge marketing budget and has the ability to spend millions on a big-time Super Bowl commercial. And we know the answer to at least one of those, and that is that nothing was revealed from Rockstar during the Super Bowl. We didn't see any commercials specific to Grand Theft Auto or GTA 6 for that matter, so nothing was actually revealed there. So that pretty much solves that. So now you might be wondering, well, why did the Super Bowl itself have this weird GTA Vice City parody vibe to it? And how could all the channels broadcasting the Super Bowl be allowed to do something like this? So here's a couple of possibilities. The first possibility is that Rockstar potentially paid the NFL to run this ad campaign as sort of a sneaky little tease. Maybe it was some sort of pre-announcement for GTA 6 and its location, which might have been communicated solely through the Vice City imagery. Now, honestly, that's very optimistic and probably the best case scenario for this entire situation, but I think the rest of the possibilities are way more likely here. The second possibility is that Rockstar licensed the Rockstar style for the event, and they paid for this to get more hype for the Super Bowl. And the reason they would do this is because Vice City is obviously a very iconic game. A lot of people know about it. Grand Theft Auto is a very iconic game. And the Super Bowl was taking place in Miami. So maybe the NFL was looking for pop culture references in the city of Miami to, I guess, get more hype or promotion for the Super Bowl, or maybe appeal to a younger, more millennial audience. And the third possibility, which I don't think is very likely, is that the NFL just sort of ripped off Rockstar's style as a theme for their event. And there was no agreement in place and no one paid for anything else that happened. Now, I don't think that's very likely because I think Rockstar probably owns like a lot of the trademarks and copyrights to that sort of GTA style of box art and logos. Now, the font itself that they ended up using is Price Down. And the Price Down font has been around for a while. It just so happens that Rockstar decided to use it for their Grand Theft Auto font, but that's been around for a bit. However, the minimap and the HUD and the way like the stars and the hearts looked, like that looked like it came straight from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So if I had to take a guess, I would say the NFL or the Super Bowl in general licensed this from Rockstar. And something to point out, Grand Theft Auto's imagery wasn't the only brand that looked like it was used. I also saw the Miami Vice font that was used in some of the in-game commercials. And aside from the commercials and the pregame show, there was also like a GTA vibe to the entire Super Bowl as well. Like when a player scored a touchdown, they would have like a GTA-styled caricature created of them. It was kind of cool to see. It was like a really weird event that it was happening at, but it was fun to see the Super Bowl in sort of GTA style. So honestly, I'm a bit torn on this because both of the most probable outcomes here are a little bit confusing. Let's say that the NFL did pay Rockstar for their logos and for their images and whatnot. Why wouldn't they just choose something else or come up with something else on their own? Like, did they really want to use the GTA style so badly? That doesn't really seem something like the National Football League would do. However, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities. They certainly have the money to pay for it. I mean, the NFL is one of the, most successful organizations in the world, worth billions of dollars. So I'm sure they could afford it, but it also seems very strange. And in Rockstar's case, if they're the ones that paid the NFL to sort of give off this GTA Vice City vibe, like, why wouldn't they get more promotion out of this? Like, why wouldn't they do something that said, like, stay tuned for the next GTA? Or were they just literally trying to make one of the most obscure hints in the world? Or the least fun and third probability is that, it doesn't lead to anything, that it was just an agreement by both parties and that they just kind of used Rockstar's imagery and it doesn't mean anything. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops over the next couple of days, if anything does come out about it. So I'll definitely be sure to keep you guys posted because I just found this so weird throughout the entire Super Bowl. There's like all this GTA imagery. I just found it to be really fun. But again, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think this means from Rockstar, from the NFL, from the Super Bowl, that GTA was so heavily involved? Do you think something's going to come out in the future, or do you think this means absolutely nothing? Again, let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.